Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1947 Royal Quiet De Luxe vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. This is the adjustable paper guide, and it helps guide the paper in straight into the platen. I line it up with the edge of the platen, and the platen is this main roller here that the paper feeds into. First thing we're going to do is set the margins, and you just push down like that and move it. This is the right margin, this is the left, and the left margin also has a magic margin lever, and it just sends the margin to wherever you are on the platen. And if you want to move it closer to the edge with the magic margin, you just hold the carriage release on one side and the magic margin at the same time, and it slides it all the way to the edge. So now we have the margins at the beginning and the end of the page, so we can fit as many letters on one line as we can. And this is the paper bail that sits on top of the paper to hold it down. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit the line space, gives you back at the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip that switch down 1, skips 2. Actually, this only has single and double. And I was able to type all the keys on one line because this has Elite typeface, which prints 12 characters per inch. So it's a bit smaller than the Pica, which is 10 characters per inch. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. Switch from black to red, you just flip this switch to the left. Very nice typing machine. It's much quieter than the average typewriter, hence the name Quiet De Luxe. The print looks really good. All around, really nice typewriter. Royal made some of the best typewriters ever made. And this one fits right into that category, made in the USA in the 40s, back when a lot of the best stuff in the world was built in America. To pull the page out easy, you just flip this switch on the right side here forward, and unlocks the rollers underneath. It's kind of stuck on something, but it should allow you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. And make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Backspace on the top left here, that works good. Shift on each side, shift lock on the left. To clear that, you just hit the shift button again, and it's got a tab function to set the tabs. We're going to set that back in the middle to blue. They're manually set, so you can just push with your thumb and move them to wherever you want. Right now they're about 20, 40, 60, 80, and one at the end. So when you hit the tab button, it just stops at each one of those settings here. I'll show you from the side. So it just lifts up and it stops at each one of those, just like that. And it's got this lever above your line space selector that if you push it down, it disables the spacing when you turn the platen. So you can get to an exact spot on the page. You flip it to the back position. Each one of those clicks is one space, and you can also do that by pushing in this button on the left knob. You push it in and it disables the spacing mechanism. Open the hood, we got a ribbon. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. To switch that direction, you just flip this switch to the left, and then it pulls counterclockwise to the left. We're going to keep it pulling to the right. And touch control right here. The higher you go to the right, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. The lower you go, the less tension. So more advanced typers would go with a higher touch control so they could type faster. And that's about it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.